Hi, in this video I am going to show you how to generate a report like this where the various steps of your SpecFlow test are also shown like this, you see, and how to generate a report like this using SpecFlow plus Test Runner. Okay, in the past SpecFlow plus Test Runner was a licensed product, but in January 2020 Tricentis, another big software company, acquired SpecFlow, and after that they have made almost all of the SpecFlow plus related products free. Okay, so if you go to the SpecFlow documentation page here, you can see welcome to SpecFlow documentation. Over here, this SpecFlow runner, previously it was a paid tool, now it is free. Same is true for LivingDoc and SpecFlow plus Excel, although SpecFlow plus Excel is not supported in the newer versions, but these two premium products, they are now free. Let me show you how I can use Visual Studio to create a project. First of all, okay, the first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project. All right, I will click on create a new project, and I have installed the SpecFlow extension on my Visual Studio. This is Visual Studio Community Edition. This is the free edition of Visual Studio, and I have installed the SpecFlow extension. So if I search here SpecFlow, you can see that this project template is shown. This is shown because I have installed SpecFlow extension on my Visual Studio. I will click next. All right, so the project name and other stuff is here. Like for example, I say, all right, and we can make any changes that we want, but we really don't have to. In the next step, we can select the .NET framework. I will leave SpecFlow plus runner here because, as I told you, it is not a premium product anymore. We just need to create a free account on the SpecFlow website to run the tests which are created using SpecFlow plus runner. We need to create a free account and we need to sign in using Visual Studio, and that is it. And then we'll be able to utilize SpecFlow plus runner. I will click create. Alright, so you can see that this project has got a peculiar structure to it. There are folders for drivers, features, hooks, and if I expand the Test Explorer here, the Test Explorer window, it can be basically opened from the test menu and by clicking the Test Explorer as well. If I build the newly created project, a sample test will be populated over here. Alright, now you can see that a test has been, basically this is the sample test. If I double click the test name, add two numbers in calculator, it is going to open feature file for this test. I need to show you one more thing before we proceed. If I go to the extensions menu and I click manage extensions over here, you will be able to see that I have installed SpecFlow for Visual Studio 2019 extension. It is necessary to install it if you want to have this project type and if you want to have the various features related to SpecFlow feature files. All right, so I am going to now close the extensions. I have installed this extension. It is totally free of charge. Okay, when we build the solution and in the output window, if we go to the tests console over here, we will be able to see basically that how many tests are there and all of that stuff. If you have not created a free SpecFlow account and if you have not signed into it, then your attempts to run these tests are going to fail. Okay, otherwise it is going to run and it is going to pass. Okay, I'm going to explain to you what happened here, but you will be able to see in this output over here, you see various options. All right. So the URL to sign up for a free SpecFlow account is going to show in this tests log, in this tests console over here, when you will not have signed up for a free SpecFlow account, and we shall be able to move from here. And here are various things. It says that one result is pending, one test is pending. I will show you why, but the important thing is this report file over here. So this report file is the HTML file which is generated by this test run. Okay, it is an HTML file. I will control click it, and here you can see that the path of the file is shown in the browser address bar, and this test has been created. All of the steps of the SpecFlow are written below. It says skip because of previous and pending, etc, etc. Let me close the report over here like this, and I will go back to Visual Studio. Okay, now the next thing which I want to do is I would right click this step and I will say go to step definition. We can also press the F12 key if you want to do it, and here you see that we are in the feature.cs file, in the code behind file, and over here there is this called scenario context.pending. If I just remove it from here just for sake of testing and remove all other pending calls from this piece of code, then our test is going to pass. Although it is not going to do anything, but the test will pass nevertheless. Okay, now let me build it once again. I'm going to run it. So the test has passed. Going to go to the tests output, and by the way, if you want to see the output console, you can simply go to the debug and Windows, and over here you can enable the output window if it is not showing for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to go to the tests console over here. Let me open it for you. Alright, so here you can see that success rate is being shown as 100%. The feature summary is shown, the name of feature is written over here, and feature description is also given, and then the scenario is shown over here. If I click on the scenario, I can go below, and all the steps of the scenario are also given here. The time taken by each scenario is given. So all of this information is provided in this report. Now let me go back and let me add another test. For example, although there won't be any information in the test in this test, but if I, let's suppose, have another test over here, like for example, if I say subtract two numbers. All right, now it is saying that this step is not found, so I'm going to simply click generate step definition, copy methods to clipboard, and I'm going to go over here in the code behind file. I'm going to simply paste it, and then I will go back. Now I'm going to build it. So as soon as the tests are showing here, I will be able to run them all, and you will be able to see the report. It's like this. Okay, so now let us go and see the test run. Okay, so now the tests, there were two tests which were executed, and all of this information is being shown over here. The test passed, the test failed, and let us suppose if we fail like any one of the step on one of the tests, a failure will be displayed over here. Okay, go to step definition. Like for example, if I do test failed. Do it like this. Find and install latest version. So this assembly will be installed. Now I'm going to build it once again, and now one of the tests is going to fail. That is what I'm trying to show you. Run all. So now you can see that one test has failed, and when this happens, we can see it on the console as well. And we can also like go to this HTML file, and here you see we got some red in the file, some red stuff in the file. This means that the test has failed. This scenario has failed. All of this information is provided over here. Okay, the step which failed is also given here, you see, with full exception details and stuff like this. So this is how we can do it. And there is this log file as well. If you want, you can also open it. It is a text log file. You see, it is also being created by SpecFlow plus runner. So this is how we utilize the SpecFlow plus runner. Here you can see that this specrun.specflow, these plugins are also included in the references of our project. So this is how we can leverage the really useful now free tools. These tools were premium in the past. People were paying money to use these tools in the past, but now they are free. You can create reports like this totally free of charge. Right now you can create reports like this using SpecFlow and SpecFlow plus Test Runner totally free of charge, and this is a very wonderful feature. I hope you would have found this video to be useful. I teach a course, actually I teach multiple courses on Udemy. I got two courses about test automation in specific. One is about test automation with Appium, and the other is about running Appium WinAppDriver based test automation scripts through Azure DevOps platform. So do check those courses. I have provided link to those courses in the description of this video below. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Do like this video, subscribe to the channel, and do check my courses. The links are given below in the description. See you later. Bye.